What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Dell here, and today I'm coming to y'all my first reaction video, and it's called "Can You Really Trust Alexa? The Truth Behind Your Home Devices." So yeah, today we're gonna be talking about AI and some things that you might not be aware about. Let's get straight into it. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, like, comment, subscribe too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. All right, so let's get straight into this. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. But AI really about to start showing itself too.
A black cylindrical device sits in the corner of a kitchen. A couple walks in and the woman asks, "Alexa, turn on my cooking playlist." The black cylinder lights up and responds, "Okay." The music comes on, providing the right
This is
atmosphere
always
to
on
prepare
too,
a
like
meal. As
just
many of you
because
know,
it hears
this
everything,
illustrates a
like
typical interaction
fucking
with
AI is
Amazon's
crazy.
Echo devices. Alexa is the voice of those devices and has many abilities called skills. Those ever-growing skills strive to allow users to interact with Alexa like they would with a real
Shit gonna be
human.
placing a
The
lot of
device
jobs
does
and
its best
shit.
to
I can just
provide
see it
the
already,
support you
nigga.
need in your daily life.
God
This
damn.
picture of an effortless life is quite appealing, but how is this possible and what is Alexa exactly? Alexa is what we call an AI, which stands for Artificial Intelligence. It describes a vast area of computer science that makes machines feel like they could be your friends. Per Ryan Wu, a graduate from the University of Washington's Global Innovation Exchange Institute, the device was born.
Yo, that's crazy too. Another thing, like I was on Instagram, bro. I seen like a fucking robot police, like on some crazy shit, bro. Like
more than 70 million in this company's pioneering, fully autonomous security robots that expand security beyond our human limits. And now, anyone can invest for as little as $500, but only through April 21st. Don't miss out on the future of security. Click the link to invest now.
I seen like the robot police started chasing niggas. Like, bro, imagine you getting chased by a robot police, bro. Bro, it's a clip, my nigga. If y'all get chased by a robot police, bro, that's crazy. Oh yeah, and another thing, yeah, I seen another AI, bro. I'm saying AI coming quick, bro. It's coming hard, bro. This COVID-19 shit is just for AI to roll out, bro. And it's 5G towers and all this extra crap, bro. Bro, it's all connected to this crap. But I seen the self-driving car. I think it was like a caddy ad. Yeah, I seen like the self-driving car now, bro. It's getting crazy out here, man. Transhumanism, all that extra. We about to dive deep down. Let's get back to this crap, bro.
Out of another project that Amazon did not greenlight. It was mostly the same idea of having an AI as
I guess it's time to take it up a notch.
This is not just another streaming app.
My childhood.
Classic.
This is a brand new family of
a home support tool, but with augmented reality images that people could interact with. Basically, an assistant hologram that would respond to your voice and movements. After failing to get approved, they dropped all visual aspects, leaving only the voice tool, and Alexa was born. The concept of AI is far from new. The term was coined in 1955 by John McCarthy, an American computer and cognitive scientist, also known as the father of AI. In 1956, he put together a proposal with a team and attempted to figure out if computers could learn like young children, using trial and error reasoning. The project was to be presented at the first Artificial Intelligence Conference in Dartmouth. As per an article in The Independent, McCarthy believed that every aspect of learning or any other feature of intelligence.
Not for y'all. Somebody just called me and interrupted my whole damn video.
Can in principle be so precisely described that a machine can be made to simulate it. For most of the last 60 years, AI has been kept in experimental classrooms and private labs, but it's now changed. This innovation is mainly due to what they call machine learning. It is now a fact that just like us, machines can retain information and become smarter over time. Unlike us, they are not susceptible to any type of memory loss, which when you think about it is quite scary. When fear creeps in, rewatch iRobot for your personal knowledge and security. The program analyzes.
And these movies be telling you everything too, bro. movies. Like, that's how they have to approve things. They have to show it to you, then they're gonna like actually do it. Everything you see in these movies, most likely they already have it, and most likely it's gonna happen in the world if you accept it. But yeah, they show you everything in the movie, so
thousands of
can you be
examples
surprised?
to build an algorithm, then adapts based on if it achieves its goal. Over time, the program actually gets smarter. Think of your Netflix account or your Facebook feed. As you interact with it, it learns what you like and offers you products or information that are tailored to you. To outsmart the program, we
That shit
suggest
gonna know you
liking a
more
bunch
than you
of
know
films
yourself.
that you never watch. Take
Oh,
that
God.
algorithm, or not. We'll leave it up to you.
That's
The
so crazy.
recent
We're so
fast
connected to
development
AI
of
these days,
products
bro.
can be explained by looking back at the early days of the video game industry. As it grew, it needed better visuals, which required better graphics processing units, or GPUs. With the growing demand for video games, the prices of these GPUs became much more affordable. AI software needs
It's not, bro. I'm telling you, all this stuff we're getting is old shit, bro. All like, bro, they probably have flying cars, freaking flying boats, everything, bro. They probably have all that extra shit in a freaking bunker somewhere, bro. We getting all the old shit. Everything that's new is old to them, bro. They're like 100 years ahead of our, they're 100 years ahead of technology.
many
What?
GPUs working at the same
I'm not
time,
saying
and the
that.
low market price
I guess it's time to take it up a notch.
This is not just another streaming app.
Yeah, they're like 100 years ahead of
made
modern
this quick
technology.
development
So,
possible. The access to considerable amounts of data and faster algorithms has also accelerated the development of new AI software. Because of this, tech giants and venture capitalists have bought into AI and are infusing the market with cash and new applications, HubSpot says. It is only a matter of time before AI becomes more intelligent and more efficient. Now, how do the Echo devices actually work?
that's what these
Kate
5G
Crawford
towers
is
are
the
for, bro.
co-founder
Connect,
and
bro. I'm telling you.
director of the AI
Facial
Lab
recognition,
Institute at
everything
New
will
York
have that.
University.
And whether we
Vlad
take
Yoler is leading
So-
Share Lab, a research and data
I'm fucking
investigation
crazy and
lab.
get a fucking
This
chip.
lab
Yeah,
explores
fucking-
different technical and social aspects of algorithmic transparency, digital labor exploitation, invisible infrastructures, and technological
crazy.
black boxes. Together, they wrote an essay called Anatomy of an AI System. The paper dissects how the Amazon Echo devices work and how they impact our environment. We're going to streamline a few of the many pertinent facts that the essay brings to the table. If you have an Echo device at home, we suggest taking a good look at it before you watch what is coming next. Lithium is a metal used to power mobile connected devices like smartphone batteries, Tesla cars, and the Amazon Echo devices, which can be plugged but also have a mobile battery base. These batteries have a limited lifespan and are eventually thrown away. The metal is extracted from the Earth's crust. To illustrate how it all works, let's use Crawford and Yoler's diagram. Let's start at the bottom far left side. Miners extract the elements from the earth.
This should look
The chart
confusing,
suggests
so-
that this hard, lower paid labor can be forced. It is also possible for child labor to be used, and miners are subject to potential environmental and working hazards. If we go up the diagram, we see that once the material is extracted, it is refined and produces acidic and radioactive waste, which can result in other health and environmental hazards. Those refined
Always
elements
white
are
people
then
doing
turned
some
into
shit, man.
components for
Fucking about
manufacturing. Once again
I'm
producing
joking.
toxic waste and creating potential health complications for employees. The parts are, in turn, assembled into the products that we buy within the same poor working conditions and finally sent to the distributors. A report found on the Research and Market website tells us that the global lithium-ion battery market reached a value of around $25 billion in 2017. The
Another
market
ad,
is
bro?
further projected to reach a value
How many ads is in this thing, man?
value of
Don't
$47
even show
billion
me.
by 2023. Research by Amnesty International shows that during the excavation of cobalt, which is also used for lithium batteries of 16 multinational brands,
Yeah, they got
workers
kids
are
out here
paid the
working and
equivalent
shit.
of $1 per day. This is what they get for
what?
working in conditions hazardous to life and health, and were often subjected to violence, extortion, and intimidation.
This
Now
was
let's
crazy,
look at
bro.
the middle part of the diagram and read from the top. The
We
Alexa
paying
Echo
that,
device
bro.
is now
What?
comfortably sitting in your living room, connected to the internet, and you ask Alexa
That's
to turn off the
slavery,
lights.
bro.
The device contains 7 directional microphones so the user can be heard at all times, says Kate Crawford and Vladan Yoler. The information is received by the device, travels through the internet infrastructure, through the Amazon infrastructure, and finally to the Alexa Voice Service, or AVS, which translates the
breaking this shit
recording of
down.
your voice into text. Now, this information is treated to find the proper response and then travels
hold
all
on.
the way back to your device for it to take the appropriate action.
About that too, you know, I seen people like if you're on like big tech companies, like if you're on Instagram and say if you're on live or something, you say something like like if you say like one of the trigger words, bro. Say if I'm not gonna say it, but say if I said one of like the trigger words like vaccine. Yeah, if I say one of that, like I guess like the AI will pick up the word I'm saying. Say if I'm talking to Siri like that, right? And they pick up the word and it probably shut down your whole live and all that other shit, bro. Because if you talk about those things, it's just like it's going against their guidelines. So yeah, that's how AI work too. That's another thing, bro. You gotta watch out what the fuck you say. Trigger their fucking.
Which is, in this case, turning off the light. Now, something else happens simultaneously when the information is
I
received.
forgot about they have power to control your house, bro. Like that's why like I've seen some people have it in their house, but like I can't do it, bro. That the motherfucking they basically giving them control. Like they have like if they wanted to, bro, they get smarter. They gonna control everything, bro. Just like have control to turn off your lights, like flush the toilet, bro. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Drive your car, bro. It's just crazy. Yeah, they're gonna be driving you.
Also uploaded by what we see in the diagram as AI training. The uploaded data
Niggas
is
getting
used
lazy
as a
every day.
resource to improve and train Alexa. It is also sent to the Amazon data center where network engineers, technicians, management teams, and security teams use it to create new skills and upgrade the Echo devices. So, in a way, customers provide some kind of free labor to Amazon. As it gathers data from all customers, it grows and adapts to become better at conversations. All mistakes Alexa makes are recorded to be improved in the future. Each question is analyzed. Has the inquiry been repeated by the customer? Did it have to be reworded by the...
It's gonna be the last time pausing it. It's gonna be the last time pausing. Nothing, yo. I remember like in Dubai, they actually have robots that has like citizenships, bro. Bro, in Dubai, like there's a robot being treated like a human, bro. That is crazy. The transhumanism is really like real. Like these motherfuckers are crazy, bro. Like think about it, bro. They have a human, like, bro. A robot has a robot has a human freaking ID. Bro, like that is crazy, bro. Man. It starts in one place, gonna end up in another, bro.
the
This is
customer?
crazy.
Did the action follow the request, such as lights
Yeah,
being
Dubai
turned
on some
on or
weird shit.
music being turned off? Put simply, each small moment of convenience, be it answering a question, turning on a light, or playing a song,
you looking at me like that,
requires
bro?
a vast planetary network fueled by the extraction of non-renewable materials, labor, and data. The scale of resources required is many magnitudes greater than the energy and labor it would take a human to operate a household appliance or flick a switch, says Crawford and Yoler. It is not uncommon for most technology users to be blind to this reality. Most tech companies lack transparency, but even if they were more outspoken about these issues, the problem is much more profound. We will get to that a little later in the video. Now, if you have a constant listening ear in the corner of your home, you probably are concerned with security and privacy. If you own an Echo device, you know that to use it, you need to authorize access to your calendar and other accounts or services that contain highly personal information. So by using it, you automatically renounce some of your privacy and security. Data access authorization is an inherent risk to all information technology. But don't worry, we all do it, and we will all be just fine. Hopefully. In the past, Alexa could not differentiate people's voices, which was of considerable worry for customers. In 2017, Alexa was reborn with new skills. It was now able to recognize the voice of its owner and only respond to them. That way, your postman can no longer access your banking information while you go fetch that pen to sign your receipt. Even though it's only supposed to hear when you call its name, it doesn't mean there can't be any malfunctions. There was actually one case with Google Home, a similar service. A malfunctioned Google Home Mini recorded at all times and sent the recordings to Google's server, says Ryan Wu. This was unintentional, but what if the information had been stolen or leaked? These are questions that Amazon seems not to take lightly. We are in the early days of the technology, and they are continually innovating and improving as they encounter new challenges. With all of this in mind, we know that there is a troubling cost to our pursuit for an effortless life. And while chasing this dream, we automatically give up some of our privacy. Is it worth it? That's for you to decide. Are companies ruthless and careless? Tough to know. Based on the essay Anatomy of an AI, what we do know is that because of the many suppliers big companies use, it's incredibly complicated for them to understand their own supply chains. Intel, which is a semiconductor manufacturing company, took more than 4 years to thoroughly understand its own supply line and make sure that no tantalum from the Congo was in its microprocessor products. Electronics companies like Philips have many suppliers who themselves are linked to a vast network of manufacturers that get their material from unknown traders that directly deal with both legal and illegal mining operations. It is a massively complicated pipeline when you consider the scale of large companies like Amazon, but hopefully they strive to pinpoint the sources of all their materials. Another area of concern that many science fiction films have brought up is what happens when we can no longer differentiate AI from humans. What happens when AI passes the Turing test and exhibits intelligent behavior equivalent to or indistinguishable from that of a human? And what if, just like Caleb from the film Ex Machina, you fall in love with your AI? There's no need to have seen the movie to know how that scenario ends. Amy Van Weinsberg, who works for the Foundation of Responsible Robotics, tackles a few important points in her summit interview from November 2018. How do we use robots and AI as they evolve? Where is the line between using this technology as a tool to care for us and having it become a companion altogether? The reason we were making robots in the first place was to make systems and processes more efficient. If a big warehouse needs a system to help it produce faster and in a more organized way, then robots and AI can be a tool to make it easier. Using the technology that way allows us to free up our time so that we as humans can do things that are meaningful, establish relationships, be there for our children, for our parents, for the people on this planet that need us, Van Weinsberg says. That doesn't mean we cannot create AIs that have social skills and take on more of a companionship role in our lives, but it is primordial to pinpoint the needs that they should fill. What audience would we target with it? Should elderly people have access to AI companions to help with loneliness? Should children have robot companions?
Ah, damn, another interruption, bro. It's crazy.
Companions instead of human companions. Probably not that last one. In a Forbes article, Joseph Coughlin mentions that in a survey on rural seniors across the U.S., it was revealed that 29% of rural older adults do not see friends or family most days. A Cigna Health survey conducted earlier in 2018 reported that even young adults ages 18 to 22 have such strong feelings of loneliness they may be the loneliest generation. There also needs to be regulations, and as Amy Van Weinsberg says, ethics is usually the foundation for regulation. Ethics is the branch that studies the good life, and regulation is meant to provide the necessary conditions for a good society that individuals can live freely within. She mentions how nonprofit organizations also play a role in supporting the good life. Just like the Fair Trade logo indicates that the product on your shelf has gone through rigorous standards and accreditations, the Foundation of Responsible Robotics is currently trying to create a quality mark for robot products. Consumers then also are in a position where they get to choose products that actually conform with their social values. The foundation wants to help the robotics industry rather than viewing it as something holding back innovation and ethics, and design should inspire it. Now, what about the users? What do they actually think of Alexa? The Nielsen Norman Group, an American computer user interface and user experience consulting firm, conducted a study specifically to understand what challenges AI voice assistants bring and how they can help users. They found that people projected human-like qualities onto the AI. Most of the subjects referred to the device as he or she. However, they often assumed the AI to be less intelligent than it is. Two different categories of people were observed during the study: people who interacted with the AI just like they would with any other human, and people who would actively try to use keywords or change the structure of their sentences to help the AI understand. It was compared to a young child and often thought only to understand short sentences. Many preferred to do a task themselves if they thought it could get done faster that way. Many participants mentioned that the voice assistant was good at executing simple tasks, such as providing the weather, getting directions, etc. Subjects did not feel like their AI learned much about them after using it.
Why
Some
would you
saw it
want
as a
them to
voice
learn about you,
interface
bro?
to Google. Others did
People
not
are
want to
just
call
crazy,
it
bro. I
AI
swear to God,
because they
bro.
thought it wasn't actually learning or understanding as a human would. Based on that study, the primary issue
crazy.
consumers seem to have with the product is trust, which is not surprising. Some actually believe that the assistant was gathering information even when it wasn't supposed to be listening. In a Fortune magazine
I think it's
interview
on
from December
24/7, bro.
2018, Tony Reed, the
If you got
executive
Alexa
in
at your house,
charge
that
of
shit's on
Alexa at
24/7,
Amazon,
listening to every
explained that the
conversation
goal of the
you
Echo
have, bro.
devices was to bring more convenience to their customers' life. But Alexa and the Echo devices will, without a doubt, undergo many innovations in the future. Reed mentions that Amazon's Alexa is creating new features that will help educate customers on how to use the technology. People often use the device for a select amount of tasks and are unaware of all the possibilities it offers. These are complicated features to create, as not everyone likes to receive information the same way. The lack of screens on most Echo devices also makes it harder. We are all used to understanding how the technology works visually, but less so orally. When it comes to privacy, Reed emphasizes how seriously they take that issue at Amazon. The light ring that comes on when Alexa is active was designed to let customers know whenever the device is connected to the cloud. You can also have a sound to go along with the light. Users have access to all voice recordings and can delete them at any time. Knowing how the pipeline works, thanks to the diagram we saw earlier, we can't help but wonder if that data would actually get entirely deleted. Another rising question is, how do children interact with those devices and how healthy is it for them to do so? Because it is so new, people who have adopted the technology in their homes and had children are doing a kind of natural experiment, as
your
Rachel
children back in
Severson, a
nature, bro.
University of Montana child
Once they get a
psychologist,
hold of that
says.
freaking
Just
iPad
like
and
any
it's
generation that grew up with new technology, they become test subjects we learned from. But the people behind those new inventions have an essential responsibility. Amazon claims to work alongside psychologists to determine the best response to certain situations. Reed uses the example of a child talking to Alexa about being bullied. If that were to happen, it would recommend they talk to an adult, a parent, or a teacher. Should we consider bringing more ethical and sustainable pieces of technology into our lives? Should we ask ourselves if material things really bring us that much more happiness? What do you think Alexa would answer to that? In all seriousness, if you have an Echo device or any other type of voice assistant AI at home, we would love to hear about your experience, so don't hesitate to share in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like.
Alright, that was a video, bro. I hope y'all learned I hope y'all learned a lot of things from this video. But I learned that freaking people that actually get the materials for this shit get paid like under $1, under like for US dollars. That's crazy, bro. That's basically slavery. Nobody talked about it. It's my first time me even hearing about that shit, bro. But it's so crazy, man. AI is taking over, bro. We're so connected with the pandemic, and you see 5G towers everywhere. With the pandemic, is online school, people working from home. Everything is just online. Set like the new agenda, I guess. Everything is online. Kids and there's been a lot of suicides during this pandemic with children. No one talks about that at all again. But yeah, it's been crazy, bro. People need to wake up, bro. It's just crazy, bro. We're connected to AI. Like, we're so, like, I can't even speak right now. It's just crazy. But yeah, that was the video. See y'all in the next one. Peace out. Dell, someone out.